Yeah. Welcome to the example number 3 under the chapter number 4, birth time rectification. In this example, we are going to study a male chart. His known birth time is in between 8:25 a.m. to 8:35 a.m. His purpose of consultation may be for anything, professional prospects or marriage prospects or health prospects, anything. Even the birth time is given as 8:25 a.m. or 8:35 a.m., it's our duty to verify whether the given important events, any important life events, whatever the native is given, is matching to the birth time. Now, in this case, he has given the range of birth time, 8:25 a.m. to 8:35 a.m. So now we have to first find the correct birth time, which is matching to the given birth important life event. The life important event what he has given is he's now 50 to 53 years of age. Still he's unmarried. So this is a very important life event. It is not an event actually, but it is an important particular. But still we have to treat as an important event because it's still unmarried. So the destiny on the marriage prospects is going to be unfavorable, not supporting. That has to be signified by the destiny planets. So let us check the destiny and some other details, whether the given birth time is correct or what is the birth time he is given, 8:25 to 8:35. So within this 10-minute duration, which minute could be the correct birth time so that it is matching to the destiny, right? Let us do it now. This is the birth chart of a male born on 14th August 1972, 8:25 a.m. in Chennai. The time is given is 8:25 a.m. to 8:35 a.m. So I have taken 8:25 a.m. and let us check 1 minute one by one. How come till 8:35 a.m. So which minute is perfectly matching to the event? What is the event? As I said, is unmarried yet, right? So before proceeding further, I would like to tell you that the role of the ruling planets at the time of analysis. What is the role of ruling planets in rectification of the birth time? So that I have already given in the first video itself and the method of doing the rectification. Still like to repeat here. The ruling planets at the time of analyzing a birth chart will have some association to the event in discussion. It means what? Suppose if you take a birth chart for analyzing for the event of marriage, that ruling planets at the time of analysis, for example, now at the time of analysis, the transit, this transit, moon rulers and Lagna rulers, they are the ruling planets at the time of transit. I mean, at the time of analysis they will have some association to the seventh house matters in the birth chart. Suppose the purpose of analyzing a birth chart is for the job prospects, it will have connection to the 10th house or 6th house, right? Not required to be directly, they will be ruling the 7th ruler or 6th ruler or 10th ruler, but it will have connection to that. So when we are going to analyze a chart or judge a chart for the purpose of birth time rectification, because birth time rectification is the purpose, only for that only we have taken the chart for analysis. Exclusively we are going to do that only for the birth time rectification. Thus ruling planet will have connection to the Lagna ruler. Please understand, it is not that not required to be directly they will be playing. The Lagna ruler will have connection to the ruling planets at the time of analysis. Otherwise, whenever we take a birth chart for analysis, the ruling planets and Lagna rulers will not be matching, right? So it is not that ruling planets has to match to the ascendant all the time. It will not match at all the time. The ruling planet purpose, it will indicate or associate with the event in discussion, right? So now we are going to study this birth chart for the verification of the birth time based on the event marriage. Now, event is not marriage. The purpose of analyzing is not for marriage. The purpose of analysis is for fixing the correct birth time, because he said that he was born between 8:25 to 8:35. Though this chart has been already analyzed and given the predictions in last year itself for some other consultation, but still we have taken this chart for the video course purpose at that moment. That also will have some connection to the Lagna, because we are fixing the Lagna, the correct birth time. There will be connection between the ruling planets and the ascendant, right? Please understand, fixing the ascendant alone is not the birth certification. Fixing the important cuspal sublots of the important houses, that is called rectification birth time. So based on the given events, we have to do that. I think you are able to understand now. Now look at the ruling planets. For example, if you take it, moon sign lord is Sun, Ketu, and Mercury. Look at the moon rulers importantly. Moon is in the sign of Sun, Ketu, and Mercury star. Mercury sub, sorry. Sun, Ketu, Mercury. If you look at the ruling planets at the for the given birth time, ascendant sign lord is Mercury, star lord is Sun and Saturn. This is what given here. Mercury, Sun, and Saturn. Sub lord also Saturn. So Mercury, Sun are present. We need not, even if they are not present, because we need not bother. If Mercury, Sun are not there in the ruling planet, we need not bother, because that is not important. Sublord is important, because that is only going to change in minutes. Now Saturn sublord and sub-sublord is Saturn. Saturn is not there here, but Mercury is there. Suppose if you reduce 1 minute, definitely Saturn will become Jupiter. So Jupiter also not there. But actually the given birth time is 8:25 to 8:35. So reduction of birth time is not required. Only we have to increase the birth time. If at all from 8:25 to 8:35, 10 minutes, definitely Saturn sublord will change to Mercury. If increase about 7 minutes approximately. So then by the time no Mercury will come. So the possibility, instead of Saturn as sublord of the ascendant, Mercury can be the sublord. So it is possible. So that we have to keep it in mind. Just with that, we should not adjust the birth time. Please understand, right? We have to keep it in mind. Oh, Saturn sublord is not present here and Mercury is present. So possibly that Lagna sublord can be Mercury. So though I have taken this chart for some other consultation in advance, in say for example 1 year back also, but still it may have connection to the ascendant rulers. We have to keep it in mind, because the purpose of analysis is for the birth time rectification. I think we're able to understand. Now what else we have to do? As I said, we have to look at which are the cuspal sublords in the border, especially the primary cuspal sublord, that is 7th house and 6th house. We have to check, because they are the primary house for the marriage and primary unfavorable house for the marriage, because we are going to verify the birth time based on the event unmarried, right? Let us check that 7th cuspal sublord is Rahu, sub-sublord is Mars. So this is in border. If increase the birth time by 1 or 2 minutes, what will happen? This sublord will move to, instead of Mars, it should move to Rahu. But Rahu is the star lord. So definitely Rahu will be over and Jupiter will be coming. But star lord is Jupiter. It means what? By 1 minute increase in the birth time, not only the star lord also will change. So 7th cuspal star lord will become Saturn and sublord also Saturn. And sub-sublord will be Jupiter, the last subdivision of the star lord Saturn. I think we're able to understand. So we have to keep this in mind. So when we increase the birth time 1 or 2 minutes, the star lord also will change to next star lord, because sublord is going to end. And what about 6th? 6th sublord is Venus. So when you're going to increase the birth time, so Venus, it is not in the border, it is just started. Only reducing the birth time, only Venus will move to the previous sublord. Suppose if you increase the birth time more than 6 minutes, then say 7 minutes, then Venus also will change to Sun, the next sublord. After Venus, Sun will come. Otherwise, to reduce the birth time, the previous sublord will come. Ketu will come. So we have to keep it in mind. There could be change in the sublord. Definitely, when we are going to increase more than 5-6 minutes, it will change. But 7 sublord will change within 2 minutes also. So with these two, it is indicating more, I mean, the possibility of changing these sublords. So that we have to keep it in mind. Now let us check the event, destiny, marriage. So now we are on the EPS table. We have to check the 7th sublord. For the given time, 7th sublord is Rahu that we already discussed. Rahu is the 7th sublord planet. In the star of a planet Sun, 12th lord occupying 11th house and 159 star lord and 4, 8, 12 cusp of Sun. 7th sublord in the star of a planet Sun, it is supportive, but result indicating 4, 8, 12 obstacles are there. Definitely there will be delay and obstacles, but it is not denying. It is not having 6th house. It is indicating delay or obstacles. But look at the 2A level planet. Star Lord of the Star Lord is 110, 11. It is supporting to the favorable houses. And look at the sublord of Jupiter is 474, 7 and 11 Star Lord and 5th cusp of sublord. This Jupiter is strongly favoring for the marriage. So there is delay in the delay or obstacles are indicated at the star level, but sub-level planet Jupiter is favoring for the event, right? So it indicates what? It is not indicating that marriage is not promised, right? No? So it is indicating, yes, it is supportive for, despite some obstacles, marriage is promised. So the given birth time is not matching to that because he's 52 years old now, but still he's unmarried. So then the destiny planet should not be Rahu. So we have to keep this in mind. So what shall we do now? We have to, by increase the birth time, we have to check because we know that when we increase the birth time, definitely it is going to change the sun sublord. Why we have to increase? Why should not think of reduction of the birth time? Because he has said that birth time is between 8:25 to 8:35. So we have to increase only. We have taken for 8:25 only now. Now let us check for the 8. Let us increase the birth time. Go to adjust birth time and let me step by 1 minute and click 1. Let us check which minute the 7th sublord Rahu changes. Yeah, 1 minute increase. What happened? 7th sublord change from Rahu to Saturn. Why Saturn immediately not instead of Jupiter? Already discussed. 7th star lord Jupiter itself in the border. So Saturn becomes the 7th star lord also, 7th sublord also. Right? So now Saturn is strong significator for the marriage. In the star of your planet Mars, Mars is definitely indicating some weakness because 3, 8, 12 and 2, 16, this is Karma Trikon. It is indicating some weakness but not detrimental for the marriage, but it is indicating obstacles. Mars in the star of Ketu, yes, this is also further adding fuel to that unfavorable 8 and 12, 4, 8, 12 star lord. It is also indicating. So star lord planet and star lord of the star lord combination is weak. It is comparatively better than 7 sublord is Rahu. Better than means it on the unfavorable side. But look at the sublord Rahu. Rahu is favorable. Rahu is favorable and the star and second planet is Saturn is very good. So that Saturn is at the source planet itself. So there will be obstacles in the execution or delay will be caused, but not it is denied because the sublord planet is Rahu, right? So it indicates that it is not detrimental. Despite some weakness, it is supportive for the marriage. So it means what? So it is not still not indicating the denial of marriage. So now let us, increase one more minute. One by one, let us check. Now 8:27. So what has happened? There is no much difference. Now let us increase one more minute. 8:28. There is no change, no significant change. One more minute. We want that sublord Rahu should be weaker, right? Because star lord is weak, sublord should be weaker, then only the destiny becomes weaker, right? So 8:30. Now Rahu previously was 5 occupied, now it is 4 plus 5. And one more minute, 8:31. Now Mars is getting 848 cuspal sublord. It is adding 4812. Previously it was not having any CSL. Now this is indicating 48 at the star lord or sublord, or sorry, at the star level. Mars is getting additional 48 sublord. It is adding unfavorable more. Now look at the sublord. Instead of 5, it is showing 4. So, second planet is fine, but sublord planet on its own, it is 4. So, still, let us increase one more minute because second planet support will be there on Rahu. Let us check one more minute also what happens. No harm in verifying that. Now, what happened? Does nothing happen much? 8:32. One more minute. Now you can see Rahu has got fourth occupant and eighth cuspal sublord. Now you can see the difference. Previously, when we increase 1 minute, that 7 sublord moved to Saturn. And Mars was not having 4 and 12 sublord. And Rahu was having fifth occupant, and second planet star lord was, sorry, Saturn was good. Still it is good only. But when we keep increasing the birth time, for 8:30 approximately, that Mars has got the unfavorable house in CS cell, that is 4 and 12 was there. It is adding unfavorable strength more. And Rahu was only having 4. That is also weak only. But still, since the source planet Saturn is playing at the second planet for the Rahu, it is not, it can favor for some support. So we want to see whether still unfavorable significations should add to the sublord. We want the sublord to be weaker. Now, when we increase the birth time, one more minute, so 8:33, it is fourth occupant in eighth cuspal sublord. So, seventh sublord planet in the star of a planet, it is weak. It is also sixth lord, aiding the support of all this. And star lord of the star lord also, it is adding fuel to that. Though sixth house is getting weakness at the source level, but second planet is weak, and star lord is weaker, and star lord of the star lord also weaker, and sublord, the same planet Saturn representing Rahu is playing 4 and 8. This is indicating star level is weaker and sub level also weaker, not favoring to the seventh sublord. Weaker in the sense with the sixth house, eighth house, 12th house, all grouping are there. So now from minimum of the native should be born minimum 8:33 a.m., not 8:25. He said that 8:25 to 8:35. So 8:33 seems to be fine. Let us check one more minute also. Now 8:34. Just a minute. Let me clear this. 8:35, 34. Yes, it is for 12 sublord. Now Rahu has taken the 4 and 8, further adding more unfavorable. So 8:34 or 8:35. Now 7 sublord is moving to Mercury. 8:35, 7 sublord is moving to Mercury. Look at the Mercury, all levels ruled by Mercury, 13579. All are ruled by favorable significations for the marriage and relations prospects. So this should not be. Destiny is not, even the native is not having any relationship also. So that way 8:35 is not the right time. So definitely the native should be born between 8:33 to 8:34 only. 8:33 or 8:34 is the birth time of the native. Within this which minutes, based on the some other life event, we can further fine tune whether 8:30 is fine or 8:34 is fine or even 8:32 also it is supportive, right? Only Raghu was not having the CSL, but it was okay. So 8:33 to 8:34 is the right, should be the birth time and not after 8:34, and with the based on the some other life event we can fix the cuspal sublord of the birth time, right? Now for 8:34, I'm sorry, 8:34 also it is saying, seventh sublord is Mercury. So that is not right, now. I was thinking 8:35 only. Let us reduce the minute. 1 minute reduced. 8:33. Yes, 8:33 is, it is saying that seventh sublord is Saturn. Suppose we increase 1 more minute. Let me check again once again. 8:34 when we increase, yeah, 8:34 itself, the native, the seventh sublord is moving to Mercury. So birth time is not 8:34 also. So the birth time should be 8:33 a.m., right? So based on the other event, definitely 8:33 or 8:32 also record we can adjust. But it is the native was not after 8:33 a.m. So his birth time is for the as per the given event, important life event, his birth time is 8:33 a.m. Is the not beyond 8:34 a.m. 8:33 a.m. I think we are able to understand how we are doing the rectification of the birth time, right? If 8:34 a.m., this is seven sublord is changing. So 8:33 is the birth time. So now let us check. Let me reduce the birth time by 1 minute and check the ascendant also, which we discussed in while we are studying the ruling planets on the starting of the video. Now that you can see the ascendant sublord is Mercury, subsublord also Mercury. So Mercury is in the ruling planets, not the Saturn, that already discussed. So that has given an indication for what purpose we are doing. It will help. Please understand, not required all the time. The ruling planets will help. Sometimes will indirectly also help. But the idea is that ruling planets will have some association to the event in discussion, not to the lagna always, right? That here the lagna, why it is connected, because it is the purpose of the analysis is birth time rectification. I think you're able to understand, right? So that we please watch carefully again, and it will give a lot of informative things, and we'll meet in the next video. Good luck. Thank you.